Hello everyone, it's Chris with Expat Theory. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Appreciate you being here. This is the first video for 2024. I'm going to spin the camera around here. Check this out. Let's see here. Yeah, this is what I'm dealing with. I am currently in Nebraska. Today is January 12th, and ran into a bit of a lovely winter storm. It is about 5 degrees outside Fahrenheit, so if that gives you any kind of indication of what I'm dealing with. So yeah, times like this is when trucking gets a bit squirrely. It's been a slow start this year already. I took time off at the end of the year and went home to North Carolina and got to spend time with the kids and grandkids and all that, and loved it. It was great. Kind of got hung up a little bit in North Carolina. The tags office, the state office for your tags, title, all the taxes and all that, was closed for the holidays longer than I had anticipated. So I ended up having to take a couple of days extra off to not disrupt my plans of going down to Florida to meet my family in Florida for the first time. And because the office was closed and I had to hang around North Carolina to get my tags and all that straightened out for my personal car before, coming back up to Joliet. So I took a couple extra days, went down to Florida, had a wonderful time, got to meet my family down there. It was great. On my way back up to Joliet to return to work, I picked up a nice little bug, and man, it kicked my butt for a week solid. It was bad, really bad. So I didn't get to drive for an additional week on top of the time that I took off. So in all reality, yesterday was my first day to drive, and I was picking up a load there at my headquarters in Joliet, Illinois, just outside of Chicago, and I had to take it west over here to Hastings, Nebraska. And as luck would have it, right into the jaws of a winter storm. So I got to a rest area last night and pulled over because it was starting to get really nasty outside. And I parked for the night, and I got up this morning, and this is what I'm dealing with. It's not good. I see trucks out there on the highway moving, but this is where I kind of have to make the call for myself. There'll be a lot of drivers. They'll get out here and they'll drive in this. They're not intimidated by the weather, and they'll continue moving on. And myself, I personally don't think that's wise. I saw coming through Iowa yesterday on I-80, it literally looked like Carmageddon. There were cars and trucks on both sides of the road where they had slid off the road down into ditches. They were upside down. They were on their sides. They were crashed up, bashed up, banged up, the whole bit, from the storm that blew through here a couple of days ago. And people do not drive safely under these weather conditions. And even if you are trying to drive safely, there are going to be times when Mother Nature's going to just throw you a curveball. The road's going to disappear because it's under snow and ice and you can't see it. And you just hit a spot that's just right with ice, and all of a sudden you're sliding. And when you're in I'm about 78,000 pounds right now. And when you're in a big truck like that and you're sliding, that could be considered a little bit dangerous. So I'm not a fan. And, I've already contacted my office and let them know that I'm shut down. But, here's my conundrum as a driver. I have a load. I need to get that load to my customer. A customer expected it to be here this morning. It ain't going to be there this morning. I'm not going to drive this. So I kind of have that weighing on me. Plus, I was supposed to drop this load and then go pick up another load in Nebraska heading back to Pennsylvania. So not having this one delivered means I can't go pick up the other one. It creates problems, obviously. And a lot of drivers will forego their safety because of the obligation that they feel to move the loads, satisfy the customer. And of course, the company, as a general rule, the companies will say, oh yeah, if you don't feel comfortable, don't drive. But in truth, yeah, they want you to drive. They want you to continue moving those loads because that's what makes them money, that makes customers happy, so forth and so on. But for legal reasons, they will say, oh, if you're not comfortable, don't drive. Because, if you were to have an accident and they told you to drive under these conditions, they could be held liable instead of being on the driver himself. If you as a driver decide to make these decisions to drive under inclement weather and you have an accident, it's all on you. It's your fault. So the company insurance will cover a lot of it, but you immediately will be terminated. You made the bad decision to drive, obviously, and you had a wreck. So it is not in your best interest to just to risk it, when you don't have to. So there's the tough part about driving, especially in bad weather. You've got a schedule you're trying to keep to, and there's a lot of people depending upon you to get your loads delivered. But I just personally, I've been doing this a couple of years. I've seen way too many accidents. I've had a couple of times where I felt myself sliding on the ice. I've had a couple of times where I hydroplaned. Matter of fact, Oklahoma City. Whew, man, coming through on 40. It was raining really hard, a lot of water coming across that road. I felt my whole truck start to do this little snake stuff. All 18 wheels were off the pavement. Scary feeling. Not something you want to have happen. So it's just one of those things as a driver you've got to keep in mind your safety, and sometimes it's better not to run, just wait. Let the weather do its thing. The DOT guys are usually pretty good about getting out here and plowing and salting and cleaning up the roads, once things straighten out. Right now, it doesn't look like it's going to straighten out for a little while. The winds are blowing really heavy. Snow is blowing in from behind me towards in front of me. So I believe it's to the south or to the southeast. So, 2024 I've driven one day. Gotten a few hundred miles under my belt and having all the time off. I got like one paycheck that had like $100 for a holiday pay, and another check that had $100 for a holiday pay, and that's about it. So I'm having a bit of a slow start to 2024, but I'm pretty confident that I'm going to do well this year. I run hard, and I know I can make up a lot of money during the year, just running good and keeping steady pace. So I'm still optimistic about, what 2024 looks like. I think it's going to be a really good year this year. I think I'm going to do well. Everything's kind of going in my direction. I got my I got my things going on with my stock market account. It's doing well. My retirement account, still going to be adding to that and building that for the tax-free cash part of it at retirement. So plan's still working. Everything's going good. Just got to keep myself healthy for one, and keep myself, sticking to the plan, driving as much as I can, make as much as I can, So, yeah, this is the fun part anyway. So now I just kind of sit here, and unfortunately, all I can do is sit and wait for things to kind of clear up a little bit. Fortunately, I have everything I need in here. I've got a microwave, I got a refrigerator, I've got a coffee maker, so I'm enjoying my fresh brewed coffee. Actually, I use K-cups, but it's not bad. I could brew. I can brew. Believe me, I do have coffee grounds and a filter. I could brew, but the K-cups are easy and they taste good. But I got food and I got drinks and I got a bed to sleep in. And I've got my electronics devices. I can, entertain myself while I'm waiting. But yeah. So this is the part of trucking that most people don't see. They don't see, how things can actually get out here. And you don't feel the burden, because you do feel burdened. You feel like you're kind of letting everybody down because you're not being able to drive, but your customer's waiting for their stuff, and you've got another customer that you got to go pick up their stuff, and all of that planning is basically being flushed down the toilet because Mother Nature is having a hissy fit, and you're stuck in it. Some of these guys have tried to pull out of here, and it's so cold that the back tires, back wheels on their trailer, they call that the tandem, their tandems are frozen. So they're having to rock back and forth and trying to get the wheels to catch on the pavement, even though it's ice. But they're trying to get the wheels to catch to knock loose the ice so they can get the wheels moving again. So hopefully I won't have that problem. I know a little trick that helps keep that from happening so much. Thanks to my best friend Jose. He taught me a little trick way back when I first started. So yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to hit you up and let you guys see what's happening. Give you the fresh start for 2024. Had my truck in the shop and there at Joliet, and they did the annual DOT inspection and made sure everything was up to speed. They found a couple little things that needed to work on, and they got all straightened out. So my truck's got the seal of approval. And they also put on a sticker on both sides of my truck for my 1-year anniversary with GP Transco. So I've been here a year now. And of course, I've been on the road. Come February, will be 4 years out here. It's been a crazy 4 years, actually. There's been a lot of stuff happen. A lot of changes, a lot of different things, and some of it good, some of it not so good. So a lot of things have happened. All in all, I'm really happy with the way my life's going. Things are getting better, for me. It's been a big turnaround, and I just keep trying to move forward. One step in front of the other. Just keep it going, 1 foot in front of the other. All right, guys, I'm going to call it an end there, but if you guys have any questions, comments, whatever, drop them down below. If you know anybody who might be interested in my content, please share it to them. And I really appreciate you guys watching. See you in the next video.